my channel. Today I'm going to be making a dish called poon. It's basically a curry dish with noodles and boiled chicken. If you guys want to see how I make this, then just keep watching. So here are our ingredients. Garlic, lime leaf, ganlangla. We have 1 can of the red curry and 1 can of the yellow Thai noodle namya. We're gonna need 2 cans of coconut milk. I'm using 2 cans of the bamboo shoots. 1 can of the small young corn. 1 1 purple cabbage. I got 2 packs of the poon noodles. And this is chicken, and I'm also going to use chicken bouillon. And of course, salt to taste. So let's get started. Okay, so I washed all of my chicken and I took the skin off, and I'm just gonna put water in here and we're gonna boil our chicken until it's ready. Show you that I added extra water in here, like a lot of water, because we're gonna use this broth later. Large pot of water, and this is where I'm going to boil my noodles. So just boil your water till it's hot and then dump in your noodles. Okay, so while we're waiting for everything to boil, I already washed my lime leaves. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna want to fold it in half and like just follow the lines. That way it releases the scent into your broth. Trust me, when you peel back like this, you can smell it already. And it smells like limes if you've never ever used this before. And I like to use a lot. It's just up to your preference how many you want to use, but I like to use a lot. And then for my ganlangla, I just this is like, I'll probably just use about half of this, okay? You don't have to peel it or anything because we don't eat this. This is just for the broth. And for your garlic, I just like to do a handful like this. And you just want to make sure you smash them. I prefer to use fresh garlic versus the ones that are already chopped up in a jar. This way, I just feel like it tastes better. So you just want to crush them all. And when you fry this up with the oil, the fragrance is to die for. It just smells so good when you fry up garlic. So you just want to finely chop them. I just like to do all of this stuff ahead of time so that when it's time to cook everything, you have all your things ready. I know a lot of my Hmong friends and family, they already know how to make this dish, but if you're a different nationality and you want to try this out, it's a really good dish to try out. So I know you guys see me post a lot of like Hispanic videos and recipes. It's because I absolutely love like Hispanic food. Honestly, like my favorite is like Mexican food. I love Mexican food, okay? Don't get me wrong, I love Puerto Rican food too, but for some reason I tend to go for Mexican food more. general, overall, I love all foods, all types of foods. So that's how fine you want it to be. And I'm just gonna put everything into my plate so that when the time comes, then everything is ready. Okay? And here is my green cabbage. I'm sorry. Purple cabbage. I've already pre-washed everything, just so you guys know. You just want to cut these really fine, like that. Hey. Sorry about that. Daughter in the background. Okay. Yes, you want to make sure these are really thin. Okay. So let me show you my tray. So this is my little tray, and I'm probably gonna cut up a line and put that in there too. Okay, so here are all of our condiments, and that's my lime that I cut up. Your ganlangla, don't throw it away. Bag it up and keep it in the freezer, and same thing goes with the mint leaves. Whenever you need them, just pull them out and you can use them. So do not toss these away. These are still very good. Check on your chicken, make sure you get all of this fat off. You don't want none of that, because remember, we're gonna use this broth as our chicken broth base. Here is a bag and a half, and I have it all in my pot, and I'm just gonna let that cook until the noodles are done. It's boiling. You see this strand, you're gonna cut this because we don't want that. It's just so that it can hold all the noodle together, and we're just gonna drop that in the hot oil. The hot water. I can't talk today. And I'm gonna do a bag and a half. Careful when you cook these noodles because you don't want to overcook them. So what I'm gonna do is I turn it off, and I already tasted it, and it's just how I like it. So I'm gonna transfer it to my sink. So I'm just gonna take some of the water out. Okay. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put cold water in there. You wanna shock the noodles so they stop cooking. Okay. Then I'm gonna drain it again. And add more cold water. Okay, so what I did was I drained it a couple more times, added cold water, and I'm doing this to the noodles because I don't want the noodles to cook anymore. And I just want to make sure that my noodles are not hot anymore. Like I said, you're gonna have to do this a couple times to take out the water because some of the water that you left in there is still really hot. So you just pour it out and then pour some more cold water to it. And then I'm just gonna add some more cold water. And my pot is no longer hot and my noodles are no longer hot. Then we're gonna let it sit in the cold water for about a couple minutes. Okay, let me taste it right here. Yep, it's not soggy, it's not hard, it's just perfect. Okay, so this is what you're gonna wanna do. You're gonna take your hand in here and you're gonna grab a chunk like this. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then you're just going to squeeze, don't squeeze hard, just squeeze all the excess water out of it and then kind of curl it at the end like that. Then you're gonna stack it in one of these so that, you know, the water comes out. And you're just gonna do that all around until all your noodles are done. Just lightly, and then just take the end, take your finger, curl it up like this. And what I like to do is I just like to set it all, do that all around. And once you're done, all the water on these will be gone. Yep, and you're just gonna continue to do it all. When you get to the end, it's kind of hard for you to do it, right? Because these are all like the pieces that are like kind of broken or they're not long enough. So I just strain it like that and I just put it in here. See how I filled the whole basket? It's not like spaghetti where you can just like throw the pasta in there. And later on when we're gonna fix our bowl, you can see, you guys will be able to see why we do our noodles like that. Okay. I'm just gonna let it boil some more. Just a little bit longer. But on the other hand, I'm gonna show you guys how to cut the corn over here. So this is the baby corn, and this is how we're going to cut it. I'm just gonna cut all the corn, and then we're gonna leave it to the side until we have to put in the rest of the ingredients. In the meantime, you wanna cut all your things open so that they're ready when it's that time. So our chicken is done, and if you don't have a motor like I do right here, you guys can just shred it. But I have a motor and I found this to be an easier way. All you have to do is just pound it out like this. And yes, you want to keep the bones in there. I'm just gonna keep doing this. Don't do it finely because you don't want your meat to be fine. Just want to pound it a couple times just so that the meat spreads like that. Okay, and there you have it. This is all my chicken, and you want to leave in the bone because the bone is going to give the broth so much flavor. Okay, and here's our pot. We're ready to start cooking everything together. I got my heat on medium-high, and I poured some oil in there, probably like 3 tablespoons or so. I want to swirl. Probably add a little bit more. So let's try like 4 tablespoons there. So you just want the oil to heat up a little bit. Let's throw in our garlic. Going to let this cook in there. I always feel like I don't put enough garlic, but this much is fine. You just kind of want to cook the garlic so it browns. This is a pretty big pot. I don't know how many gallons or how big this is, but it's a pretty big pot. Asian people, we do a lot of parties, So we have a lot of like big pots. You just kind of want to cook this till it browns. All right, and it's starting to brown. So I'm gonna add all of my chicken. Your red curry paste. This could be pretty spicy. The reason why I don't add 2 is because my kids can't take too much spice. And then I just do like that much of the yellow one. And then you want to make sure all of the meat is covered with the curry. And at this time, I'm going to add some salt to my chicken. And you know, I have another red curry. I think I'm just going to add a little bit more for color. So I'm just going to open up another can. Just going to put that much half. Okay, add the rest of your ingredients, the corn, the bamboo, your ganlangla, your lime leaves. I'm sorry, earlier I said mint leaves. They're not mint leaves. Mix it all together. Okay, do you guys remember the chicken broth? So this is when I'm going to pour this in here. Be very careful, okay, as your chicken broth is very hot. Okay, to that I'm going to add some more water. So the pot that I was boiling my chicken, I just filled it up. And I'm just going to add some more water to my pot. And that should be enough water. Maybe I'm gonna add a little bit more. So I added a whole pot and I'm gonna do another half. Okay, and that should be good. And my stove is still on medium high. I'm gonna put in my coconut milk. You guys, I had to learn how to make this because my mom, she made hers different. She didn't like coconut milk and she liked it hers kind of plain, and she didn't use the canned curry. Like, we had a relative who made the curry, and so my mom used to get her curry from that relative. But you know, I couldn't rely on the relative's curry all the time, so I had to learn how to make it with the canned curry. So this is the time that we're going to add in our bouillon chicken. I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons. Just mix that all up. And I'm not gonna taste this yet. I'm gonna wait until it boils up because you wanna wait until the bouillon, chicken bouillon, like settles in. Let it break down a little bit. And then we'll see where the flavor is so that we know how we want it to taste. I am gonna add another can of my bamboo though. You guys, it smells so good, and look at all that chicken. Look at all that meat. Okay, so I'm just going to taste the broth a little bit. It's settled down for a little bit, so just going to give it a little taste. And my mom uses MSG, so I'm gonna use just a little bit MSG. It's optional. And then I'm gonna throw in my salt. I'm not gonna measure. I'm just gonna eyeball. Okay, taste. I think I'm gonna add another tablespoon of chicken bouillon. Because this is a pretty big pot, you guys have to remember. I'm gonna let this sit, and then I'm gonna come back and taste it in just a little bit. Okay, I'm just gonna do another check. You can tell this is getting hot. And I think it's perfect, but if you guys want to add more salt, it's up to you. So just make sure you taste it and see if you like it or not, okay? But for me, I think this is perfect for me. Okay guys, so as you can see, I don't know if you can see, but this is hot. So you just want to cook your broth until it's boiling. and you've made it taste the way that you want it to taste. And so now your broth is good and you are ready to assemble your curry noodle dish. I'm gonna grab the noodles. See, it's all dried up. It's not soggy. I'm just gonna eat a little bit because I'm not that hungry right now. So I'm just gonna grab 2 pieces. Okay, I'm gonna put my cilantro, my green onions. Some people use mint too, but I didn't, I forgot. A little bit more of this. Okay, and then let me go get the broth and mix everything up. Make sure you mix all your noodles up, and you see that? You got a little bit of everything. Chicken, bamboo, the corn. You know what? I want mine spicy, so I'm gonna go get some chilies. Hold on. Okay, so this is the dried chilies that I use when my mom was alive. She would like, this is still the one that she made. She mixed all these different other stuff in here to make it taste better. So of course we had this for like a little bit, and it was like all the way up to here, but now it's up to here. So we're just gonna sprinkle some because I like mine spicy. And we're gonna mix it up. I can't mix it up obviously while I'm still filming, so let me mix it up real quick. Okay, I have to do it like this. I know you guys can't see my bowl, but I always have to taste my broth. So let me taste my broth. It is so delicious. And here's my bite. You can taste that lime from the lime leaves. You can totally taste the curry, the coconut. This is really a good Asian comfort food. So if you guys haven't already subscribed to my channel, go subscribe and give me a like and a share. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for watching.